Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick video and show you how I fly my DJI Mini 2 under Part 107, but I want to start off with a disclaimer first that this is not an official source of information. You should always check the FAA website for updates. If you're already familiar with a lot of these rules, then feel free to just skip ahead to the time code on the screen. But with all that said, I'm going to do my best to sum up some of the FAA rules, so here we go. All drone pilots in the US are either flying commercially or recreationally, and you must follow a core set of FAA rules. Any drone weighing more than 0.55 pounds or 250 grams must be registered, and the registration number must be marked on the aircraft. These drones are also required to broadcast something called a remote ID signal, which basically acts like a license plate number that you have to have when you register your vehicle. I think it basically just allows law enforcement to find out whose drone it is in the sky if you're doing something illegal, and also possibly where you're piloting the drone from. Now, you don't have to broadcast a remote ID signal if you're flying inside a designated FAA recognized identification area. Pilots must keep the aircraft within visual line of sight, stay at or below 400 feet above ground level, and avoid controlled airspace unless they have authorization. Above all, flights must be conducted safely without reckless or dangerous operations. Recreational flyers operating under Part 101 must follow the safety guidelines of an FAA-recognized community-based organization and must obtain a Trust Certificate, which stands for the Recreational UAS Safety Test, and UAS stands for Unmanned Aircraft System, aka a drone, even though this is technically a quadcopter. The Trust Certificate is the FAA's online safety test. This ensures that hobbyists understand the basics of airspace, safety, and responsible flying before they take off. Commercial drone pilots operating under Part 107 have additional requirements. They must be at least 16 years old, pass the FAA knowledge exam, and clear a TSA background check to earn the remote pilot certificate. Each commercial drone must be individually registered, and flights must follow Part 107 operational rules, which is daylight or civil twilight unless waived, a 3-mile visibility rule, a maximum ground speed of 100 miles per hour, and a 400-foot altitude limit or higher when inspecting structures. Commercial drone operators flying under Part 107 can apply for waivers through the FAA drone zone for activities like nighttime operations or flying beyond visual line of sight. Basically, what you need to understand is that there's 3 ways that a pilot can satisfy the remote ID requirement. Number 1 is you can fly within an FAA recognized identification area, which basically means that you don't have to have the remote ID broadcast module. Number 2, you can operate a standard remote ID drone. So a lot of the newer drones have the ability to broadcast the remote ID signal built into it. I'm pretty sure the DJI Mini 3 and Mini 4 both broadcast remote ID, but only if you use the heavier battery. I think it's called the Intelligent Flight Battery Plus, but don't quote me on that. Or number 3, you can attach the remote ID broadcast module to a drone that does not have the feature built in. And since the Mini 2 does not broadcast remote ID, I attached a remote ID broadcast module to mine, and I'll link to the one that I use down below if you want to check that one out. But I've flown it now several times and I've had no issues with performance, and it's worked really well. So yeah, that's kind of it for this video. I just wanted to show you what it looks like and putting it on and kind of just introduce the rules. Definitely want to make sure everyone's out there flying it safely. Want to keep the airspace safe. Don't forget to register your drone and your broadcast module on the FAA Drone Zone website. The Mini 2 is a really capable and affordable option for anyone looking to get their first drone. You can pick one up for cheap, even as little as a couple $100, and get some really amazing professional looking shots with it, and even get paid for it. And I guess that's the big reason why I did this, is because if you're gonna fly this thing for money, if you're gonna fly a Mini 2 for money, but you're not using a remote ID broadcast module, that's technically in violation of the FAA rules. So definitely pick up a remote ID broadcast module if you're gonna fly the Mini 2 under Part 107. So yeah, that's about all I have to say for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.